Hold up, it ain't easy breaking away or being a great. They slamming the door, I'm jumping the gate. Cause a starving stomach like being punched in the face. And an instrumental was the last time that I ate. Food from all of the base. My ace boom goon, big son told me about the game. 20 years later, know my name. King, crown me, lounge in the back of the spot. Pay homage to an underground peasant, climb to the top. Funny style on elevators could never fade us. I peeped that.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to one of our favorite spots, venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the Green Bay Packers and the Chicago Bears. It's a rivalry that dates back to 1921. The Packers and Bears are underway from Chicago. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. And the Packers pick it up. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. Well, how's that for an early storyline? Some people are asking the ushers where their seat is, and boom, we've got a score on the board, a fumble return on the opening kickoff.
And this is where all the tailgating groups are looking at each other saying, maybe we need to get to the stadium just a little bit earlier next time.
But, man, those bratwursts, they're good, Charles. They're good. Lutz with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. First carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. This defense for the Packers, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
Yeah, we're definitely in top form and pitched a shutout, as a matter of fact. That's the cherry on top of a great week of preparation. And you know what? These guys are eager to keep it going. So motivation this week, not an issue.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. They'll run the option left. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Really good effort. He does it himself, picks up 15, also picks up the first down. Play action. It's Fields. He's going to have the hook up to Schwartz. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. For the Bears at 500, sitting at 5-5. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
2nd and 6. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. Did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. Amazing. Perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
And give him a lot of credit there, but even more credit to the guys up front. In that situation, you know it's going to be a stacked defensive front. And to be able to gain that much yardage, that's a big win for the guys on offense.
Yeah, they were just about standing on their own goal line, so to get a few yards there, a great start. Now we'll see what 2nd down brings. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Back near the goal line. Here's Rodgers. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete. Christian Watson, the man he was looking for. And it'll bring up 3rd down. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Throwing now is Rodgers. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That's the first try of the game, and clearly something was off with the execution of that play. Good news, they got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
On now is the Packers punter. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards. And it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10. On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. These 2 teams matching up for the 2nd time this year. Their first meeting back in October, week 6. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. Now a first carry for the brother of Dalvin. It's James Cook. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the 1st down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Fields on 1st down. Throw left side. There's London. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed corner.
On 1st down, it's Fields. Open man is Kmet, the tight end. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
It's time to give more credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag run. And he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
2nd and 7. Now Fields. Got London on a slant. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 11 yards for number 11.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
To the air again, Fields. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Drake London, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bears are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December. Yeah, we're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs. So they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Rodgers. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And, oh, that would get a wind up incomplete. Nearly an interception in the end zone. Probably should have been. 3rd down coming up.
There is something to a game plan. We're trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first.
26.
They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. It's a gain of 5 and a lead to 4th down. Their bread and butter is the passing game. After that last play, maybe they need to go back to that passing game.
But what's been good for them along the way is they understand their identity. They are a passing team, but they do like to mix in the run every now and then just to keep people off balance. Didn't work very well on that one, but all in all, I like their philosophy.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they entered play on a 2-game win streak, and then they've got the open date on their schedule next week. So this is a group that's really looking to hit the break on a high note.
And this will obviously be a tough game for them. But go ahead and play this out with me, partner. If they win here and make it 3 in a row, they get to heal up after that. You've got to think that's an ideal setup and a worthy goal to play for in this one.
Now a 1st down throw, Fields. Throw left side complete. That's Hunt. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
To throw again on second down. Fields. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
Well, he certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Again, Fields. Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. A loss of 3 on the sack made by multiple defenders. These two teams all tied after 1. Fourth down, so they send out Trenton Gill. He'll return it from the 6. Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. On play action, they'll throw. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 40-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Now a handoff as they run left side. Well executed there on 2nd down, so do you go back to the air on 3rd?
Well, that's a possibility, but now you've opened up things to where you showed that you would run the ball in long-distance situation. You might come back again because I doubt they believe you'll do it a 2nd time.
The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll try and run for the first with Dillon. Well, they hit him in the backfield. He will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. So the yard, and it brings up 4.
His size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And the Bears take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields. And caught by London. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Well, so far, little to no resistance by the defense on this drive alone. 3 passes, 3 completions, 3 first downs. They're taking it to him, and it's paying off.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
They'll run with Hunt on second down. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. The second down play not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Throwing on third down, Fields. Got his man, it's London. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. He's exceeded his receiving yards for a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a first down. Back to throw, Fields. And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Well, fortunate to retain possession there. It's second down. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way. A dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Kareem Hunt with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bears have taken the lead. Santos with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Rodgers. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. This is caught at the 20. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. Even later into his career now, there aren't too many guys that can launch it downfield with accuracy better than Aaron Rodgers.
And I tell you, from our broadcast booth, because we're pretty close to the 50, we had the best view, a bird's eye view of that throw, and it was an absolute thing of beauty to watch. Never ceases to amaze me, the arm strength of these guys.
And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3. And to put a bow on it, Next Gen Stats saying that traveled an even 66 yards in the air. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's a give up the middle. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
Well, at that rate, picking up 3 yards a carry, you and I both know that doesn't cut it in this league and trying to get first downs unless you're playing 4-down football. Then that's a whole different situation, but I don't think that's what they're trying to do here. 3rd and 4, though, is still manageable.
He's got a man. It's his fullback. And the Packers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Well, this has certainly been a nice drive with the way they've spread the football around. Here, they even get the fullback involved in the passing game. That's got to cause a lot of consternation on the defensive side. You've got to cover him, too. That makes things really difficult.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
We've hit the 2-minute mark in the 2nd quarter, 14-7. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
This Bears defense trying to hold on. This is 3rd and goal. Here's Rodgers to throw. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Robert Tonyan from 3 yards out. And the Packers are an extra point away from evening this one up. Lutz good on the extra point, and we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
From the gun on 3rd down, Fields. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And into the end zone. It's a pick-6 and a Packer touchdown. But Charles, you can just see the frustration on the sideline. Safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward into their own end zone, courtesy of the pick-6.
And, Brandon, how often do we hear offenses tell us before a game they want to end every series with a kick, right? A punt, a PAT, or a field goal. In case of a defense, they want to end with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there, and it turned out to be a takeaway that turned into 6 points.
And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Now it's Fields. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Fields. This pass is caught by London. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 43. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. On first down, Fields. He'll get this one underneath to Hunt. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. Fields tapping it forward, jet sweep. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit from the right hash. It's a 46-yard attempt. Santos' kick is up and through. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone. How did each play work? Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And this will be a Packers first down as he gets this up past the 30.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games. And we're seeing a pretty good one right now, hotly contested in the third quarter. Rodgers' throw brought in by Watson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. Rodgers going to give this one to Dillon. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
From just shy of midfield, Rodgers. That's complete to Dobbs. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Dillon now on 1st and 10, and he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up.
So they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Second down and 7. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 74 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. Completes it to Hardman. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a second and short. Here's the backup now, the former Badger, Melvin Gordon. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Throwing is Rodgers. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Two of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Gets it to Hardman, a jet sweep. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big, or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Rodgers going to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
That's a good job there defensively. They did allow them to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they're going to turn up the pressure.
Well, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up fourth. The kick by Lutz is good, and they will open their lead up to a touchdown at 24-17. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though. 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks it. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. Boy, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice
wrong fucking ball.
The quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes, those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Rodgers. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
He came through well with a nice pass breakup there. Fortunate that he was on the spot. He's the only guy left to prevent the first down.
Position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. Shotgun now for Rodgers. He finds his receiver, Watson. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the third downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the third quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Here's Rodgers. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there, because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
Now it's 2nd and 9. Now it's Rodgers.
Let's go.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. The one side gets an interception, but their defense comes on the field and picks them right back up by getting a pick of their own.
And I think you saw the same thing that I did, Brandon. As he ran off the field after making that play, we saw his quarterback seek him out and offer a personal thank you to bail him out a little bit as the offense.
I fucking know, man.
Trying to make something happen by extending the play, but the coverage downfield was excellent. He escaped and bought some time, but that one goes incomplete.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields.
Dude, it is every fucking time this dude fucking just comes on blitz, man. What the fuck?
They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. To throw is Fields. He completes it to Jones. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A big completion there against double coverage. And Charles, one of those guys had a pick on him earlier.
Yeah, so he didn't allow that to deter him at all, did he? In fact, it probably was a challenge. Okay, you got to pick me for. It's my turn now to make the big play. And that's exactly what he did.
Man open, here is Jones. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Handoff up the middle, Hunt. And some room to work. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Fields. Open man here, Schwartz, complete. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Off play action, Fields. Open man is Komet, the tight end. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Hunt will try going up the middle. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Not a big run, not an explosive run, but they've held the ball for plenty of plays on this drive. They're just trying to impose their will on the defense right now.
Now it's Fields off the bootleg. He'll buy some time right. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Gerald Everett, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are on time now early in this 4th quarter. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the 4th quarter, and a chance for this offense to mount potential.
Oh, Jalen Johnson, bud. That was your interception.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty excited about. For big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch.
Just chucks my fucking linebacker off like that. Come on.
Tackle and get this forward for a couple on second down.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. To throw is Rodgers.
Pick it. Come on, Jalen.
And took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
So a big one coming now for Will Lutz. This to break our 4th quarter tie.
He shanked it.
Oh
my, no way. No fucking. My defensive tackle? Dude, he's gotta be kissing a fucking horseshoe.
It's their own fault because to me that was an avoidable call. Stay focused and avoid major mistakes like that.
A lack of discipline defensively on 4th down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10. Following the penalty, they'll go back to the run game. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
From the 27, Rodgers. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
So they obviously read man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that, Bert?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 5 yards. Very good pickup on 1st down.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
2nd and 5 now. Rodgers.
Come on, get there. Fuck, man.
From 13 yards out, and the Packers
fucking kissing a goddamn fucking horseshoe, man.
Tie and take the lead here in the 4th. Lutz with the extra.
Same fucking bullshit every fucking time.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Runs a counter to the right and fucking runs to the left. He runs a fucking slam and he cuts it back to the right.
This will be a return from deep in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the 4th quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. They'll give to Hunt here on the option. And he is
interesting.
Quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense is pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game, and all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
This offense so far on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Got his man. It's London. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields. They'll go screen here to Hunt. After all that, they only wind up with a yard. It's 2nd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
And we're at the 41, 2nd and 9. Now Fields.
Bro. Bro. Bro.
But he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Fields now to throw. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
Fourth down, Fields has to have this one. And caught by London. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing it in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a 1-score game. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. Give him 4 yards there on the 1st down keeper.
But if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for?
I did keep an eye on the defensive end and crashed, you dumbass. Made the fucking right read.
Then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, pulled it and got good yardage himself.
They called his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down.
That's a nice job right there, partner, because they were able to work down the middle of the field, working in the seams, because I think defensively, they were guarding the sidelines, trying to keep him from getting out of bounds. They took what they gave him, and it was successful.
And he's going to have the hook up.
Go, Shorty.
And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. That one goes for 24 yards. That's what they need right now. Get the 1st down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. All eyes on Fields. And it's caught. It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game. And, Charles, they continue to have trouble stopping him as he's into the end zone yet again.
Yeah, it's multiple series now that have ended with him in the end zone. A perfect plan on how to utilize him best when they get in close.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the fourth. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end. And deep in his own
that's my pick. Come on, let's go. That is payback from the opening kickoff.
They return it, and they take the lead. So problems here on special teams, and it results in the scoop and the score.
They talk all the time on special teams about keeping your head on a swivel, trying to see the whole field. Hard to do when things are going that fast, bodies all over the place. You're just trying to find the right guy to align yourself with. On that play, wow.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Fuck, his offense is just so fucking good. It's just, it's a headache.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. To throw is Rodgers. He's going to let it fly. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Rodgers to throw. Finding Hardman out across the 40-yard line before he's brought down, so a first down and then some. Every penalty so critical at this stage of the game as now they've got it 3rd and long. Now Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
Someone is very confident in his ability to get that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Rodgers gotta have this one. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 30.
Oh my. What the fuck more do you want?
Let's see. 18 seconds remaining.
There's no reason he should have that kind of time. None.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw, Rodgers.
Now you want to swat that shit, you fuck.
Incomplete. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. He's back to throw. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Back to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And the Bears have just about sewn up this football game. Well, you can see what they were trying to do, just send those guys out there to make a play, but that is a costly interception.
Yeah, that's kind of like the backyard. Everybody go deep, and let's see if we can find someone. 4 verticals in the route. Any other time of the game, I love the call. But here, you're not going to hold safeties, you're not going to hold corners with any looks, because they know what the situation is, ends up throwing the interception.
Victory, Charles, especially there in the 4th quarter. Both offense and defense were clicking. They're going to feel good about this one.
Boy, are they ever, because the deficit they faced certainly wasn't small. They obviously did not give up on that one, and in the end, how about that come from behind victory? They'll cherish this one for a while.
So for the Bears, they move back over 500 now at 6-5. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Packers, it's a bit of a setback as they drop to 6-4 now. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Nashville.
Two fucking picks, man. And one of them I knew I threw the fucking pick, and I was like, oh my gosh. Oh, I need to run on the ball, but I can't run against this front. I've struggled to run the ball every fucking time. Can't run against that front. I'm surprised my receivers called up. Eddie Jackson, good game.